Hello, everyone, and welcome back into another episode of the Bet on Me podcast. It is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022, and we're coming at you with some of these picks we had yesterday. We had a couple of WNBA games and also had the National League to get the win. We didn't get the win in the National League. Otana didn't get the MVP. And the Sparks didn't cover. I think the Sparks won by like 6 or 7. I had them by 8.5. I had the Dream at plus 12.5. I should have just took them on the money line. They dominated that game against the Las Vegas Aces, as I figured they would. If you didn't check out my write-ups, you can go check them out over at Capper Tech. Anytime I give out picks anymore, I give out a detailed write-up about why it is I'm giving that pick, what I think's going on, the just the ins and outs of you know the reasoning behind the pick. I know people like to have reasonings behind why people take these picks, and I give them out over there. Give a little write up. You just click on the pick details over there. It drops it down and it gives you a nice little write up. I can give all those links over in the Instagram. But Capper Tech, guys, is not just a place where you can find all my picks and write ups on my picks, but it also has the game simulator, the trend finder, the betting trends, the leaderboard. They have a directory over there where you can go through tons and tons of pro verified cappers, over 8,000 of them to be exact. And you can sort through seeing their winning percentages, seeing who the best is, who the worst is, who to follow, who not to follow. You just go over there. They sell picks, they give free picks. It all happens at Capper Tech. They have all these different tools. They have links to podcasts, everything you need right in one convenient spot. And that's why I always use them, guys. The link is down below in the description. You can get all my picks there, all the write-ups. I'm sure other cappers out there do write-ups. Like I said, all you gotta do is go to the picks, click the pick details, drops you down, and then you can see all the write-ups there. Guys, I love it. I use it all the time. That's why I got the link down below in the description, because you're always going to catch my stuff over there all season long. Can't wait for football. We're going to keep up with it over there, and we're going to get this win percentage back up to where it needs to be. I think I'm around like 46% right now. I think not doing so good at all. We'll actually check it right here real quick. Yeah, I'm right at 46%, which isn't nowhere near where I want to be, but it's not too far from 50. And I mean, we took the National League. We bet on the All Star Game the other day. That's what we're doing now, guys. So, move the camera a little bit. Sorry there. Oh, action reaction there. Anyway, yeah, you know, you never know who's going to win in those games. I mean, I guess the American League, they're on it right now, but I just thought maybe the National League would get it, and it didn't seem like they could. So we're over here looking. I was looking at futures in the NFL because tomorrow we got MLB coming up, and this weekend we got MLS, which I'm really excited about that. And looking at the futures for the NFL, and I was looking at division winners. Now, you guys, if you've watched the podcast, listened to the podcast, any of that, you know that I've been talking about the Colts to win it all. Well, I was having a conversation today with Tommy at Quacky Picks. That's let's see, let's make sure his Twitter handle is. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's Quacky Takes with Tommy. I was talking to him today and telling him about my pick, and we were talking about conference championship winners, and it got me thinking. Tommy's coming on the show Friday, by the way, guys. We're going to talk to him about all this stuff on Friday. It's going to be a great show. It's Quacky Takes with Tommy coming on the show. You can follow him over on TikTok and Twitter is where he's active. But I was looking at these futures, and I wasn't even looking at like AFC championship winner, NFC championship winner. I wasn't looking at any of these things. So I got to looking at them after we had this conversation, because I told him that I thought that they could win the Super Bowl this year, and he said, well, they definitely could win the conference. And I was like, I haven't even thought of I just looked at the Super Bowl futures. I haven't even looked at their conference winners. So I pulled it up, and the Indiana Colts are plus 1,200 to win the AFC championship. Guys, I'm all over that. I'm betting the house on that. Betting it all. Like Denver Broncos are plus 850, okay, to win the AFC championship. So you think the Denver Broncos, just because they got Russell Wilson, you think he's going to come in there and change all that around for them that's been going on? I don't think so. I think it's looking to me, and the Ravens are plus 1,000. I love Lamar Jackson and what he's doing, but they're not there yet. Just like Denver, I don't think there's very many. Like, the Bucks were set up was literally set up by Tom Brady for him to come in and win that year, because Tom Brady knew what it took and he just got it done that year. And also the Kansas City Chiefs played some of the worst offensive football they've ever played in their lives. That team did anyway, and I don't even think they scored that game. That was a crazy game. Won a lot of money on that game betting on Tom Brady, because I don't bet against Tom Brady. The Los Angeles Chargers, a lot of people are high on them. They're plus 850. The Chiefs plus 500. That doesn't impress me, nor do they scare me. The Bills at plus 350. Now, the Bills, I don't think the Bengals, I think the Bengals get to the playoffs, but I don't think they go back. The Browns, we're not even going to talk about the Browns and their situation. The Titans are plus 1,500. And after that, you've got like New England at 22, Vegas at 25, the Dolphins at $2,000, and Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New York, and the Jets, of course, and then, the Houston Texans. So looking at all these teams, there's only a few I think that are actually going to be good. I think the Raiders are going to be better than where they're placed at on here. I think the Patriots might be a little better. They should probably be 1,400, and the Browns should be 22, in my opinion. But the Titans, we're hoping they have a good year, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with the QB situation up there. Also, and when I talk about that, I just mean to say we got to see if this guy plays football or not. We know we got a running game. I'm not sure how the defense looks. I know we got a great coach, and I just know that you have to have an elite quarterback to win in this league, and that's something I think the Titans are still looking for. Tannehill, he's a serviceable quarterback, and I'm not saying he's not good. He plays in the NFL, but there's a lot of guys that play in the NFL that just kind of get you by, don't really get you there. So, and I'm sorry to say, but when you're playing a sport to win, you want to win. So, even at what I do, I want to win. I don't want to lose. So you don't want to align yourself with a loser. That's what these teams do. They pay a lot of money to these guys, and they come in and they want them to perform a certain way. If they don't perform that way, then expectations aren't met, then they got to get them out of here. And it's a business, and the players look at it as a business because the teams do, and I don't have any problem with that. I think you got to evolve and understand these people are people. They're making money, they're getting paid for their talents, and the Indianapolis Colts paid for Matt Ryan's talents. And I think same situation out in LA. I think Matt Ryan, good running team, good defense. We'll see about the offense. I know they got some offensive weapons. They just didn't have. I think Carson Wentz was out there throwing balls around for him. And Carson, he's, like Tannehill's better than Carson Wentz, but not by much. I really think that Matt Ryan could take the Colts all the way. I really do. I think for sure they win the AFC Championship. Plus 1,200 is a really, really good bet on that. As far as the NFC Championship, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up here. They are the favorites. The Green Bay Pack that plus 320. We got the Green Bay Packers at plus 500. We got the Los Angeles Rams at plus 500. The 49ers plus 750. Dallas Cowboys plus 850. And the Eagles at plus 1400. Now, you got the Cardinals at plus 1400, the Saints 1700, the Vikings at $2,000, and then after that it's $3,000 and on up for Washington, New York, Carolina, Detroit, Chicago, Seattle, and the Falcons. The only teams I think that can do anything in this, and we're going to talk about this Tampa Bay team on Friday with Quacky Takes with Tommy, because he has an interesting take on Tampa Bay this year. I think I think it's very possible they can win the NFC Championship. I think it's very possible the Green Bay Packers can win the NFC Championship. I think it's very possible that the Eagles could sneak in and win the NFC Championship. They are a sleeper team that I am on. And I think even Dallas may have a chance to play for it. I don't know if they could win it, but I think they have a chance to play for it depending on how Dak is going. And San Francisco, I don't know what they've got going on out there. I know they're making some moves, quarterback position. So we're going to see what happens with that new era out there with the quarterback position. I'm not 100% sure. See, I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know. I don't know. Because at plus 750, there's no way I'm giving that to Jimmy G. I mean, Jimmy G, I don't not like the guy, but every time I've watched the guy, all I've ever seen him do is turn the ball over, throw interceptions when it matters. He fumbles a lot. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I mean, even Brady had the tuck fumble, right? But I just, Jimmy's pretty, and my wife really adores him, but I just think he can't hold on to the ball in pressure situations. And I think he holds on to the ball sometimes. This last season when he played, I think he held on to the ball a little bit too much and took some sacks that he shouldn't have. I mean, I'm not out there seeing what he's seeing, but in those situations, a lot of guys are going to at least try to do something, but we don't know how injured he was. I don't want to say anything about, I don't know, because if the man's injured, he can't play the game properly. But from what I've seen, when the man's healthy, turns over the ball a lot. So, but I don't play the game. That's just my opinion on the San Francisco 49ers. For my money, I wouldn't put it on them at plus 750. I would rather take the Cowboys at plus 850 if I was the type of person thinking about putting it on San Fran, I would just go ahead and put it on the Cowboys and hope for the best. But this Philadelphia Eagles at plus 1400, I think I'm gonna lock that one in because I like that one. I'm looking for value. Tampa Bay, I really think it's going to be either Tampa Bay or Green Bay. But as far as the value and for, the gambling purposes for action, man, we're going to put it on the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC Championship. And I think we're going to take the Indianapolis Colts to win the AFC Championship. Now, I am much more confident in this AFC Championship winner pick because the Colts at plus 1200, very good odds. Let's just hope Matt Ryan can come out and actually, lead this team to victory. I really think I have a lot of faith in him. I think he pulls the same stunt that they did out in LA when they got Matthew Stafford out there. Just a really good quarterback with a bad situation. Not saying that, Atlanta's a bad situation, but just, I think new scenery, new coaching staff, new players, new venue, new fans, new everything. I think it's really going to be refreshing for Matt Ryan, and I think he's going to do really good. So lock it in. Indianapolis Colts. You heard it here. Plus 1200 to win the AFC Championship. And yeah, I don't know, man. I know the Bulls. I know the Bills are favorites, like heavily favored, and I'd say they could do it, but I like the Colts. I do. I like the Colts. So, guys, that's the podcast for today. Don't forget to go check out all the picks over on Capper Tech. Tomorrow we got baseball back. That link is down below in the description. You'll get write-ups on all the games about why I think these games will win or the bets will hit, whatever it is you like to say. Also, we have Friday a guest coming on. We have Quacky Takes with Tommy coming on. You can follow him on Twitter and TikTok And yeah, guys, just kind of a relaxed day here at the podcast. No sports really going and go. No sports really going on. I can't talk today. That's how chilling we are today, guys. We've got some WNBA action right now. Looks like Chicago Sky are winning against the Seattle Storm with a few seconds left in the fourth. Only up by a couple. I think the spread on that was 2.5. It looks like they're covering that right now, but that could change. I hope everybody hits that. I hope everybody has a great, what is this, Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. And tomorrow, guys, we're going to get back into it. We've got MLB action all day tomorrow. I'm super excited. We've got a few games, like what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got one at 1 o'clock. We've got two at 1 o'clock, one at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then we got one at 10. So, guys, we've got MLB action all day. It's not a full slate, but I'll tell you what, it is enough to wet your whistle. Guys, have a great night and go get those bets in.